welcome to the stream. My name is Randall. This is the McClures. We react, review, we make fun of, we laugh at stuff. Links in the description if you want to help support the channel. We would appreciate it. I'm excited for today. This will be the third interview with an independent artist on live stream. So shout out to that. And special guest today, Grand Melodic. That's how you say it, right?
What's good?
Um, so yeah, we're gonna get into it. Um, yeah, it was funny when you sent over all your photos. I was like, oh, okay, he doesn't show his face anywhere. I wonder if he's gonna come on stream in the mask. And sure enough, so let's get that out of the way. What's the story with the mask? Where does it come from? What's that about?
So, two sides of the story. One, I was a big fan of MF Doom when I was a kid, and I listened to like most of his songs, Coffin Nails, Introduction, and also just many songs that he just had,
Okay.
and including his latest albums, Doomsday and stuff like that. I was really a fan of MF Doom. Second thing is, if in the music side of things, I have to have still my real life persona and my character persona. My
Yeah.
character persona is Grand Melodic. My real life persona is my real life persona. And I like to, if I like, in a hypothetically saying, I mean, I'm confident enough and I'm going to work my best. But if I become famous doing this, I want to go to the grocery store and buy my baguette in peace.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. No,
So
you're thinking ahead. You're thinking ahead. A lot of people are like, I'm just gonna put them myself out there. I'm gonna get famous, and then I could never buy a fucking coffee again in my life.
yeah, I still speak to humans. I'm not expressive. I'm not antisocial, but I don't social a lot.
Yeah.
But because I'm mostly working on music releases, it's exhausting sometimes because the journey to make songs is, you know, insanely different than what you think how I make it. Because I make the beats, I make the melody, the surface, the cadence, the sort of construction of what my song, what would I want with it, and that's just in general of why I get the praise I get is because I want to prove to many artists out there that if you go above your limits, you won't have a limit at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Definitely don't limit yourself. The fact that honestly, I don't think I've listened to any of your music yet. I was saving it for the interview, so it could just be,
yeah,
fresh.
fresh,
Um,
fresh.
do you know how? I don't even recall how we linked up. Did I just?
Yeah, you. You DM'd me, and I. No, I think I DM'd you because you were doing interviews for. I think. Do you know an artist named Mandy X?
Mandy X. I don't think so. I'm horrible with names though. So maybe.
I think you had it. I think I started it or you started it. But the point is, like, you wanted to interview me because I sent you one of my singles. I think it was "Lost in Love" on the Spotify song,
Oh,
and
okay.
and you were really interested to like really interview with me, and I was interested just to get an interview because hey, it's good to put in the work and to talk to the fans out there and also talk to many others out there. I don't really talk much because I do work a lot, but I just, I was notified by one of my team members that, they told me, hey, just relax, take it easy for a bit, talk to some people, answer some questions,
Yeah, for
people
sure.
really, really want to know your story. And then I'm like, okay. So,
Yeah, definitely. Because especially when you rock a mask always adds a level of intrigue to people. So it's a good marketing ploy. It's a smart move. It's a smart move for sure. Um, so when you say work a lot, do you have a regular 9 to 5 or are we full blown music?
so I work a total of two jobs. I work a 4 to 4 job where it's a 4 a.m. in the morning to a 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The rest of
Okay.
the time that I have in the day is probably music and making beats and doing melodies for testimonial clients that I get or any sort of secret thing I work with them or music in general. I work with a producer that I really enjoy working with.
Okay.
There's a studio that I always go to called Salt Mine Studio Oasis,
Okay.
And after I make my beat and at home and just pretty much critique of what I can do my best there, I meet this guy. His name is Ozley, and he's a really interesting producer, and we kind of just mash our brains together and really innovate what we can do to make a really good song. Especially, the biggest development song that I had was Rise and Watch Me Now, is because due to the fact that I can only get better and I would wish to aim to be better and wish to aim to be greater. Because
Sure.
most of my dreams out there, or goals, is to be a part of companies that really would help artists out to really have better publicity, like movie companies or Universal Studios or anything like that. Because it's just the most factor that I always wanted to be in a soundtrack of a movie than just a single of a artistry song. But I do love making singles for the fans because a lot of people enjoy my style and the way I can sound very like almost like a synth vocal, but it's like it really sticks out there for the modern genre of music.
Okay. And then how
So
long
it's
have you been I got your YouTube pulled up here on the screen. So it looks like your first video you put out was a year ago.
yeah.
How long have you been putting out music?
So it takes a while. It takes months and months because it's not just like simple anymore. Back probably when I was a kid, when my brother was starting to rap, it was easy as like recording like a cassette tape of
Yep.
like what beat you wanted, plugging it in and just making the song and then making burning a CD through it and then just give it to random people.
Right.
Now you need a whole marketing plan. You need like the beat, the team. You need a whole plan, what you want, how is it going to deliver, what's the executional plan wise, and you need to know it. And who really controls all that? Me. Who works for that? Them.
Yep.
And I want to like pretty much prove that you just gotta really open your mind with this music stuff, and you gotta like try new things, try different things, and pretty much just tell them, hey, I'm Graham Melodic. Here I am. Let's make fire music, but let's do it the right way. So I figured out, the distributions, the how to promote things the right way. You don't need to go to companies where they will give you bots. You don't need to go to other things. What the key thing in my specificality is probably Spotify playlisting and Apple Music shareholdings, where people
Okay.
buy the Apple Music or iTunes and stuff like that. That's my key thing. YouTube is just, in my opinion, the showcase, like the theater
Yeah,
of
like
what I would probably have in my music catalog. My catalog is pretty interesting, in my opinion, because it gets, I guess, in the beginning it had something going towards, and then there's something else as it just keeps going up and up and up.
yeah,
And you might enjoy,
you had a future plan for what you're doing from the jump. You weren't just winging it. You
yeah,
had a goal in mind.
even with this whole outfit, that is like customly made by a company that I invested in. That they actually had it in what I wanted. It took probably 4 months for them to create each and every detail of what the clothing represents. Um,
Okay, you want to point it out? What do we got going on?
all right, so okay, so if you look closely, and this is like a computer, but that's like a Halo joke. Basically, this is the skull and crossbones of the game Halo I used to like.
Okay,
This is uh this is coding. That means it's a Black Ops joke. It's basically from Black Ops 2 when they show the opening scene.
gotcha.
This is a stay away symbol, and this is not a stay away symbol. This is the warning symbol, and this is a non-warning symbol. On the back, it shows a horn and skull and crossbones. It's basically another Halo joke to Lasso. It's basically, I'm a fan of Halo, but there's this mode called Lassos when everything is pretty much all your power is taken away from you, and you have to survive through missions. And I think that in my music because I never really had anything until I had to run through the missions to get what I needed.
Yeah, I
So I had
got
to
you.
plan it. So I had to plan it all out, and it took a very long time. That's why in most of my catalog, it isn't really much music, but it will be more music in the future.
That's dope. That's dope. All right, so is this your first song that you put out? The one that's on YouTube, or do you have earlier stuff that's just on Spotify or SoundCloud or something else?
In all releases in general, if you go to on the slide on YouTube where it says releases, those are the entirety of my releases that are on all platforms.
Okay, so you
And
got everything on here.
yeah,
So
so
Lost in
it's a
Love, this
was the
Osley
one.
Acid remix, that's like the jump off, the first one.
Basically, there was Bombs Away that was meant to be the first track, but I decided to do Lost in Love to give it a more EDM dubstep feel, and Bombs Away it felt like it makes you feel like kind of like a badass because Bombs Away was a very slow but epic song. It's like a movie music kind of vibe. It gives you kind of that badass feel, like you're like, okay, I kind of feel where this is going.
Okay.
A lot of other streamers said that. I'm going by the opinionated thing, and if you're playing the song, I'll just remain quiet until it ends.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the first one that you got on there, Lost in Love. And I think this is the one that you said you sent me a snippet of, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, knowing me, I probably didn't listen to anything but a few seconds of it because a lot of reactors do a significant amount of research ahead of time so they can, coordinate cute things to say at certain moments. And I just fucking wing it. So,
Well, we'll see where this goes.
yeah, so let's check this out. This is Grand Melodic, his first drop called Lost in Love. Let's see what he's talking about.
Climbing on this mountain, I think that I will fall. I made a promise that I'll see you on the top. I traveled the world in this place. I do not know tragic how I love you. Tragic. Ooh, can't get
All right, before it gets into too far, so all the beat, all the production, all that's you.
So this song is actually the remix of Ozley's style. This is
Okay,
Ozley doing the production and the beat. The original
gotcha.
version is in my album In My Throne. It's called Lost in Love, same title. Ozley just wanted to do a remix collaboration on this song because he felt inspired to do it and really motivated. And I told him as soon as you get it done, I'll post it on my channel with a really cool cover art and post it on all platforms.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, the cover art's dope. You did that yourself as well?
Yeah, I use the platform, and I recommend any artist like out there that wants really good cover art. I would pay the subscription too, also, and I would recommend going on Canva or Graphics Box. If you want
Okay.
really something customly made, organically made, Graphics Box. But the thing is, their communication is terrible, but they will get your stuff done.
It's a
But
it's a company of one guy in an apartment somewhere. He doesn't have a good
yeah,
customer service.
yeah,
He's got
the
skills.
customer service is really terrible. But
Hey,
when it comes to getting what you want, as long as you're detailed in the description, yeah, he'll give you what you want. But what I did, this one was done on Canva, and this one was like image display on Canva, and it was paid with the subscription. If you have the subscription on Canva, you get more assets that you need, like that the moon, the astronaut. You get better, clean looking assets
yeah,
that
for
you would
sure.
need.
Yeah, it's a dope image for sure. All right, let's get back into this song here.
I can give you it all. Still lost in space in my UFO. Tell me that I am lost, lost in love, lost in love. I am lost, lost in love, lost in love.
The production on this is very interesting to me because it comes off as very simple, but it's not at all. Like the initial listen, you're like, oh, it's just basic. And then when you listen, you're like, no, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. There's all kinds of layers to it.
Yeah, that's why Owsley's the goat.
Yeah, that's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
Owsley's the goat at this production stuff.
Told you I was patient. Do not let me go now. Do not let me go. Get lost
Okay.
in space. In my UFO. Tell me that I am lost in love.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, I am lost in love. Yeah, I am lost. There's a world of my own. I always call it home. Deep beneath underground, this is where I keep my soul. I believe.
There we go. Got the club build up. All right, that's dope. All right, there it is, folks. Lost in Love. You say it's Osley?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You said it's Osley, right?
Yeah, Owsley.
Osley.
Yeah, he's the guy that did the remix. His very I think his and I got it from him, so don't take my word for it. I think his specialty is dubstep. Like his specialty is like really good at that dubstep stuff. That's why he wanted to remix the original Lost in Love. He was just motivated to do it, very inspired. I wish to do more work with him, like in general. I
Yeah,
like
that was
dubstep as
dope.
well. Yeah, I like dubstep as well, and maybe one of these days I could possibly make an EP with just him and me. He makes the beat, and I just sing it uh, through his beats, and see what would happen. But
So
most of the
what
songs are.
so
But
what's the story behind the Lost in Love though? Because as far as the lyric part of the song goes, it seems like it's a pretty emotional, sad song for you. Or at least the emotion comes through in the verse. So what's it about?
so the meaning of the song is about it's about a person that searches around the entire world and even upon that world just to find who he could fall in love with. And it turns out he's traveled many times, but as long as he believes he can find the one he loves, then it might come true. But so that's why in the lyrics he's like, "I can give you it all if
Yep.
I could find you." Basically, if I could find everything. But it's basically telling you the cycle just keeps going around and around for him just trying to search for his love. In general terms, in simple fact, it's just about a man that just really wants a woman, and
Right.
and he just will do anything to find that woman, but he can't find it. But in meaningful stuff, a lot of in general with like relationships and stuff like that, some people would rush into a relationship with a woman that they really would fall in love with.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in general the title would say they're lost in love.
Gotcha.
When they're lost in love, they're lost, but they're still in love with something they cannot see.
Okay.
And that's basically the meaning of it. And with this cool drop, it makes it sound like it's an epic banger.
Yeah.
But it is like a almost a sad song, but it has a good meaning. It means like take your time, and you'll find the one you really, really love that really you screw with. might get married, make kids with. You never
Yeah,
know.
I don't know if sad was the right terminology. Emotional though. You know what I mean? Like you
Emotional.
could,
A lot
yeah,
of my songs are quite emotional. I like to think of like certain situations that, not in my personal life, but a certain situation that most commonly people go through, and I like to put it in a song, but I don't want to put it literal a situation. This is a proven example with Poison. It's about people that abuse drugs,
right.
but it's not simply like a song me talking about drugs. It's like Poison. It's talking about what, it's not only drugs, it's more outside of that. It's the food the government gives you. It's the water. It's everything in that. It's poison, but it doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
Because people think poison would kill you, but it's not. It's just things you normalized as food, water, and shelter. But it's
Yeah, I mean
poison.
they do kill you technically. It just takes 20, 30 years.
It takes a long time.
Yeah. All right, so dope. So that's the introduction to your music. Let's get into something that you produced as well. What's the first song that you put out that is 100% you? You did all the production and everything.
I want to put like this in like 50-50 terms. If it was 100% produced like with from me, it had to be like 50-50 with vocalizing with my friends and my
Okay.
buddies like Ozzy. So Ozzy was mixing and mastering my vocals at the time in the sense that we were brainstorming, because this is like a group of buddies of mine that would
Gotcha.
work together. But 100% Rise has that feeling of including the music video from Animatrocities that is on the videos section. That song uh, is is pretty dope in general, is because I did make the beat, I did the synths, I did all that, the piano behind it, and just the beat on it, and I sang in it, and I sang really how I felt about, literally. It's like the song is the true meaning of what motivation would be, even the story of the video. So that's
Okay.
why that's why I wanted to make this song. The story of the video is so unique, and it's just, in my opinion, it was the best journey I've ever had. I had to take actually a month break from music after making that song.
Oh wow. Do you want to get into that story before we watch it or after?
So the story is, it's about a person that receives, it's in the future, so it starts in the future. It's a fictional story,
Okay.
and it's about this man that pretty much loses everything, and he loses the ship that was in space. He had to land to a planet he doesn't know. He had to set up a beacon to basically call out to help. He gets the signal, but the signal leads to nobody. And
Okay.
but the whole point, the song is a different story. It's a story about rising against it and building off where you are. You can be in the middle of nowhere, and if you build your kingdom in the middle of nowhere, you are, the literal term, rising and motivating yourself to build it. And this happens to many people that are lost emotionally or lost physically. They
Okay.
uh they don't know where to go. They're in a planet that's cold. They're freezing, and they don't know what to do. But then this man decides to walk towards the signal. That's the answer the whole time, but it leads to nowhere. So even the answer doesn't show you the full picture. It just gives you a piece. This video is a very good representation of that, and I can't wait for you to see that.
All right, cool. Who did the video?
Animatrocities.
Animatrocities. Okay. I'm gonna
Animatrocities.
try to flip over to this other screen. I hope I don't lose you. We'll see.
I'm right here.
There you go. Audio still works. All right. I put us a little smaller. That way the peeps can see more of the video.
Awesome.
All right, let's get into it. So this is Grand Melodic with Rise animated music video.
We'll rise. This is our time. is our time.
Ow.
Ashes, ashes. I cannot stop this madness. Afraid of it, get away from me.
Okay.
This is our time. We will run. Trapped inside a circle, I cannot feel the things that make me splash are falling down, yeah. Playing with my head, they built me for the game. They say we underneath, but no. We're here to fight the flame, we rise and break the chain. So tell me how we will. Tell me how we will. This is our time.
All right, now on the end of the video, what's happening here? So when he comes up, who does this represent?
I don't see the screen share.
Oh, so it's the end of the video, and he walks up and he finds like a dead body.
That's the signal.
Ah, okay.
So the signal came from that person that died in that planet, and
I
and now
got
he
it.
has to build off of that. So it's literally a signal leading to nowhere. But and I forgot to say, yeah, the video is a tiny bit gory, but I just wanted because I wanted to have and Animatrocity wanted that. They wanted to have that feeling of like abandonment and dystopian, like that kind of vibe
For
where
sure.
it's like it's a planet with aliens in it or something like that because it's in the future. There has to be aliens, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah, it's the future, you know. And it's just it was just an interesting journey going through that. And people asked actually to have a part two of that kind of that little video because
Yeah, that definitely deserves a round two or a spin-off.
it's been up, but it takes so long.
I
it took
bet.
so it
I
took so
bet.
long, and I think I'll call them. I might call them up for a favor, and probably might take a while, but we'll see what they can do and what we can do and what could happen.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. One thing, recently on the live, we were checking out some beatbox guys. Um, Not something I've ever really been into that much, but we got into it on one of the streams. Um, and your type of music, it uses, I kept hearing like sounds that a beatboxer like would make. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what it kind of reminded me of, is when we were watching the beatboxers. A lot of the
Well, fun fun fact. Actually, I'm glad you caught that and you have a good ear. But some of the samples were actually me beatboxing into the song.
oh,
So
they were.
yeah,
Okay.
they're huge, but they're hugely compressed, where it sounds like it's a part of the beat. There's
Yeah.
like certain there's and they actually released it, but actually 12 layers of vocals were used into the song.
Wow.
So that's 12 actual stems that were cut, chopped, and placed in certain areas. And Owsley was actually the one mixing all that. So that's why he's the goat.
Yeah, yeah. He's got skills. He's definitely got
He's
skills.
got yeah, he got major skills. Deserves so much more props, and I'm trying to give him so much props. I keep shouting him out and stuff like that, but
All
he
right.
deserves.
So
Gets
that
what he
was
gets the praise.
Rise, and that was all right. So that was posted 7 months ago, but took you a long time to work on it. So
Yeah,
you've been
probably the
working on
same
it for
number
a
as it
minute.
was posted. Probably took me the same number as when it was posted that long ago.
And then, so let's go back a little bit before you got into music. What I know you're trying to be incognito so that you don't have to give too many details, but what were you
Well,
like prior to music?
uh, um,
Or let me ask a more specific question. So, like how old were you when you first started really doing music?
13.
Oh, at 13. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a get-go. Um, who in your life inspired you to do music, or was it an escape from your life?
My brother, my family member, and then he inspired me to do music, and because of the pretty much the group of friends you can make, and also the praise and possible fans you can get.
Yep.
Back then, the industry, if you lived in your city, you didn't really have a competition. You just had your fans in your city.
Right.
Nowadays, the music industry, it's 50-50 on the competition scale. It's even the ones that made it in the music industry are still dealing with competition of other people that made it. So it's like a never ending competition.
Yeah.
Um, but the city that I'm in is well, not the city. I'll say the state. Not get too specific, but the state I'm in, and I'm actually shared this, is Arizona. So
Oh, I'm in Arizona too.
awesome,
I'm down
pitchforks.
in yeah, you don't want to give away your city, but I'm in Yuma. And
Awesome.
surprisingly, there is kind of an underground, fairly decent music scene down here, which I was surprised by. But ever since I started doing the reaction channel, um, it's like when you buy a car and then you start seeing the car everywhere. So once I started doing the reaction channel, I started seeing around town like showcase events or pop-up events or, car meets where people are performing. Like it just started coming up on my radar all the time how much music stuff was going on around here.
I mean, I didn't know that, but it's good to know that I think everywhere in the world they'll have their underground scene, and
Yeah.
I was in the world. My actually first performance, I actually didn't have a mask. I was performing in this nightclub that probably isn't a nightclub anymore. I think it was because of the pandemic, and I was older,
Okay.
and it was a very short crowd. But I was singing like, and the song's not even out. It's like nowhere. Um, but I was singing a song in the. It was called Lucid Light Lounge, and I sang, I just sang away, and they liked me, and then I
Sweet.
decided I decided before I become an artist, I wanted to sit down and ask me myself like thousands of questions of how to do it and how to do it the right way. And
You took the Mr. Beast approach to music. Do all the research, study it,
yeah,
learn the craft inside and out, learn the industry, and go into it wide, eyes wide open, so to speak, where you know what's happening.
yeah,
All right, well, dope. All right, I want to get in. Do you do you sing in all your stuff? Do you
sing and
rap
rap.
or do you do anything else or
Yeah,
just the
sing and
singing?
rap. Actually, sing and rap, and I'll tell you, the newest song, "Watch Me Now," is a very good specific style that I'm going towards, but I'm gonna get better at it. It's a new style, but
Okay.
it's just it sounds good, And I also made that beat too, and it's the same thing. Me and Osley hanging out.
Oh, and this is a brand new one for you. You just dropped the video 4 days ago.
Yeah, this is for the. So I really like the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I like the Across the Spider-Verse. I'm not saying I'm a fan, but I really enjoyed the art style, the movie, the music, everything. And I was just like, you know what? I want to be in the movie music, so I'm just gonna just make my song and see what will happen. And that's pretty much the gist of like what I was just going towards. And then
So if you had like two options to be like a famous artist that does like shows and travels, that kind of artist, or would you rather be a more kind of behind the scenes type of artist that's doing um movies, screenplays, that type of.
So that's an interesting question. The reason why I want to be famous is I want to show the world that I don't want to become famous in a very negative output towards the society public. A lot of famous artists have a very they persuade a very negative message towards other people that want to be artists and other people that are listening to the music. And
True.
my music is about motivation. My music is about pretty much drug abuse, but it's in a very not positive output, but it's a negative output about it, and it's trying to teach people to do better things, to really lighten the community, and to really just do nicer things.
And does
So
and is the focus on spreading the message about that from a personal struggle or from a family struggle or just from a societal issue you see it's a problem?
uh, all of the above.
All of the above. Okay. Okay. Um, I personally have never had an issue with that. I got parents that were drunks, so it kind of kept me away from that stuff. And I did all my drugs in high school, and
Yeah.
got all that out of my system.
Yeah, trust me, the bathrooms are still foggy, so
Um, all right, so let's get into the latest song, Watch Me Now, and this also has a video to it, animated video as well.
this is like an already pre-registered, so I know it's a permissional thing that I had to do. So it's the Spider-Verse clips. It's like some edited clips that I captured, and then I decided to just put a song behind it, and it just turned out to be well. The official
Okay,
release actually has a very cool cover art. It's just a word, and it's in black and white. It just says "Watch Me Now," and
gotcha.
the message, you might like the message because it's actually a little bit of clues about my personal life and also my grandma Melodic life. So it's if you want to start on something, you got to take the L's. You got to take a bunch of losses, and I took 100 losses. I took financial losses doing this. I took a lot of stuff, because I was trying to choose the path that I was going for. I even thought of like pretty much like giving up on the music entirely and trying to think of other stuff, but then it just kept me going, and it's addicting, and
It
I just
keeps
love
bringing
doing
you
it.
back.
Keeps bringing me back, and because if I give up, then I give up on the fans, and I give up on pretty much how I started this. It just hurts me on the heart, and I can't do that. I just can't stop. Can't give
Yep,
up.
I understand that. I understand that. I've had a lot of balls in the air lately. The whole internet streaming thing, social media is kind of new for me. I look much older, but I'm only 41. But I just never messed with it because my prior line of work, I was an insurance agent for a long time. So I had a contract with a major company, and they have all kinds of rules. Like they take away your First Amendment. You know what I mean? Like you're not allowed to go online and talk about or have opinions. Or so I just stayed away from all social media completely. And then I sold my agency last year, and I've watched reaction channels for a long time. It's actually the only reason I like music. I fell away from music pretty much altogether, and reaction channels is what brought me back to liking music because I found a bunch of independent artists that I hadn't heard before because all mainstream music sucks to me. Even to this, it's horrible. You know what I mean? Like it's trash.
It's in a bad road.
Yeah,
I just feel sorry for even the newest ones, the SoundCloud ones, when it was the SoundCloud era, when they even rose to fame. I just kind of feel sorry that I'm in a bad position as is, because I have the outfit, I got the music, but what they don't trust is if I get what I want, I'm gonna use it against them, and I'm gonna just show them the Grandma Melodic that nobody wants to see,
right.
the mainstream Grandma Melodic.
Yep.
But the point is, I want to be very charitable, and I want to be nice to many people as I can, and I want to do this in a very good way, because there's no point of being a character you're not. There's no point.
True.
Grand Melodic is almost my personal character, even though yes, it wears a mask. and it has a whole vendetta. But it's a character I would love to be.
Right.
When I was a kid, I liked to be a superhero.
Yeah,
Now I'm an
this is
artist.
your this is your alter ego type of thing.
Yeah.
All right, dope. So let's get into this latest music video. This is Watch Me Now, Grand Melodic. Let's go.
Think about 2 years that we in between.
And I never seen the Spider-Man, so the clips will be cool.
Champagne,
Yeah, I love
we
Spider-Man.
running on
Go
the
see it.
top of the world. Watch me now. Whole losses, got a lot to learn myself. Still process, want something to take the L. Never rose my hand, too busy raising hell. And I don't flip no coin into a wishing well. I took names from the greats, I took their own advice. Instead of sounding like another artist, take my time. Made something greater you cannot all describe. Grand soul, took it in, so no matter of time. Cause I'm
Gives me a little bit of Kanye vibes in the opening. So we're 40 seconds in and you can't see the screen. I like this vibe better. I think you said this is more what you're leaning into, growing
Yes.
into. Yeah, I dig it's a little more like intense, like a little more.
Yeah, more bouncy, more catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I figured that out because I figured out what do people like to hear. What do people like to hear? And I was just mashing my head about it. Like, what do they like to hear? I go
Yeah.
to the mainstream music. I go to this. Why is this trending? Why is that trending? Why did this happen?
If it gets
And then
the shoulders going, you're like, okay. And it feels
Yeah,
like
yeah. I was like, I just gotta. If I'm bopping, someone else is bopping. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is dope.
greater you cannot all describe. Grand soul, took it in, so no matter of time. Cause I'm surviving, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Cause now, watch me now. Watch me now. Watch me now. Watch me now. It's on a matter of time. It's on a matter of time. Watch me now. Watch me now. Watch me now. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. 2 years that we in between. I know pop stars in a limousine. Yeah, champagne. Yeah, we running on the top of the world. Watch me now. Don't judge me wearing a mask just so soon. Cause I was the one growing up with MF Doom. You MF comments cannot speak the truth. This is doomsday, not a coffin nails you couldn't screw. I'm on a scale, but I got the fucking back up. Cause back right then, I was the one defending brothers, then defending friends. Cause we could leave you while the other goes in a war through the fire and flames like matter of time.
Okay.
Cause I'm surviving.
You told a cryptic personal story right there. So that was kind of dope. Yeah, I think you mentioned your brother on that last bar.
yeah.
On that last
Yeah,
bar.
you noticed that. I was defending brothers, then defending friends.
Yeah.
So I got two brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. But that is my social life in a nutshell. I grew out of my friends. I had friends, but now I don't have friends because that's how it works when you grow up.
Yep, that's true. That's true. That's why it's funny that we teach kids. Well, I don't teach my kids, but society tries to teach kids that like friends is like the most important aspect of your childhood. Like you need to accrue all these friends. I think that's the 100% the exact opposite. You need to grow into who you are and who you want to be, and then you need to align yourself with friends that are going the same directions and have the same goals. And as they diverge off from your path, you need to diverge them off. You know what I mean? And find new friends that are on your new path, going where you're going.
I mean, in general, I left my friends in like very good terms. It's just they're high school friends, so I had friends, we went out a lot, we did a lot of crazy stuff.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, they have to live their lives, they have to get jobs, go to college. I chose the job route. I did not feel like getting into debt too early. Plus, with the music stuff, with the competition it was gonna have, having a certification could get you a job, but it doesn't give you a career. If that
Correct.
makes total sense.
Yeah, I don't believe in going to college. I mean, unless you're in STEM, you know, if you're going to be an engineer or a
Yeah,
lawyer or a
or
doctor.
entry level is a good idea too. Like,
Uh, yeah, but I don't really believe in going to a 4-year university because that's the next step you're supposed to take. You're supposed to waste 5 years of your life and collect $100,000 in debt in order
yeah.
to come out a liberal indoctrinated fucking moron. Um,
Here's the thing. It's and my opinion about that is it's a big giant business. Like the whole government, it's a
oh
big
yeah,
it's a how it works. You know, it gets your kids into the system. It gets them into schools and makes them learn things that we could learn by ourselves at home, but they're trying to
easily.
do it easily addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Those are the things we only should be learning because it sounds simple to them. That's why they're finding new algorithms like Pythagorean theorems and triangular equations, circumference of a circle. I get it. That's measurements of construction, blueprinting. That's a good idea to learn.
Yeah,
Stuff like that. You can. What I'm trying to say is, when you see a student go to your school and he's not good at something, this is how the manipulation comes in. When you're not good at something, they give you an F for failure.
right.
They don't say what is his strengths. What if the kid was good at music but he sucked at math? Or
Right.
what if he was good at science but he sucked at history? You
Right.
know, why
Yeah.
not why not teach the students their strengths, embrace their strengths, and then show them a path to their future of their strengths?
Well, that's exactly it because they as in society acts like there's one path that everybody's supposed to go down. Like this is the route. You can diverge it a little bit, but everybody's basically supposed to follow the same thing.
Yeah, the
Um,
business.
and yeah, life just doesn't work that way. This is
Yeah,
why, like
that's
back in the
why
day,
it's
people, because I mean, there's obviously different group. Like there's dumb people that are never going to do anything but work you know a factory job or a remedial job or you know what I mean. Like they don't have the intelligence to take it to the next level, even if they studied all they wanted, and you know what I mean.
yeah,
Um, so we used to have like two different paths that you could go down, where you could go down, and I'm not saying that electricians or any of that stuff are dumb people. Um, they just don't have the same like mental capacity that somebody that goes to be a doctor has. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So in school, we used to steer or allow people to choose their path. And back in the day, you could graduate high school as an electrician, certified electrician, or a certified plumber, and you're right out into the world making it happen. But what they do nowadays is they tell the guy that should be a plumber or an electrician, no, you're going to be a software engineer or something, and we're going to give you $100,000 in debt. You're going to go study for this, and then you're never going to get a job because one, that's not what you want to do. We just force you to do it, and two, you're not even capable of pulling it off.
yeah. It's just with students. See, think of it like this. This is how we normalized it. You're taking your kids to go to another building for hours, and you're leaving those kids alone for hours.
Yeah,
And what they and what how ex and this is an exploit in general. It's what they wish to be and what they want them to be and what they really want them to be. What they wish to be is something they dream of. What they want to be is something they're trying to work towards. But what they want them to be is for them to go through the staircase path that they created for
right.
them to go into this debt because it's reverse. As long as they pay them money, they have something to bargain with, to own from you, to
Mm-hmm.
have with. So it's like there's a saying: the more money you spend, the more money you're gonna make, and that's how their ideology. It's a very democratic ideology to
Yeah,
have to spend the money to regain the money. And I'm not going into like conspiracy theories any longer of our education system because it still hasn't changed. And now instead of pulling movements about historical evidence of new things that they could learn for these children, they're doing agendas that go towards what a kid's imagination
Yeah,
could
they
be.
basically become indoctrination camps.
Yeah,
And I mean, that's how they were designed originally. That's how public school was designed originally. I think it was Rockefeller who came up with the initial, public schooling plan. And his plan literally says we need to make a bunch of factory workers to work in my factories. I need a bunch of dumb people who can't think for themselves, who just know how to follow orders, fill in the boxes, and listen to directions.
basically. And the time keeps going on. What
Yep.
they either need a factory worker or because colleges collect a lot of taxpayers' money and they also collect a lot of the people that they give in debt to.
Right.
And it's a really sad business because you're literally born into this world to one of these days be into like sort of this scandal, this sort of this like you're stuck in these bricks and you can't even move out kind of thing, and they're
Right.
going to try their best getting you into that. They can't do it with me because I researched this stuff and I tried my best and I started work. If you start work first, not only you're gaining the qualityness of what your job contains, and I'm not talking about like fast food jobs. I'm talking about if you start in like entry level positions and they cover your schooling and they do is like they teach you how to do the unions and they teach you
Right.
how to work. Work hard for what you want and work hard for what you need. Then not only you're learning about things you should be learning. You learn the math, you learn the science, and you learn the history right away. Because the math is all about measurements of construction. It's not just building a house. It's knowing if the house is stable, the weather can contain it. All
Yep.
these things, the quality control, the quality assurance of what this, and also, but the only thing I would say that you would use college for is insurance for the real estate companies, because those people that
Okay.
provide like the insurance require a lot of education to speak towards their customers. So let's say there's a real estate agent, he buys this whole plot of land. Now to get it insured, that requires sort of huge education. And that's why I agree with college systems, but I don't agree for them pushing the kids that they don't want to be that. If people truly want to be insurance salesmen or people truly want to work for the insurance way for real estate or anything like that, then
Yeah,
go
nobody
for it.
nobody wants to. Nobody wants to.
Exactly. That's the problem.
I I fell into insurance and I've always done sales. I did a roofing job when I was like 15, 16 for one day. And I was like, no, fuck that. Manual labor is
It's too
not my
hot.
gig.
It's too hot.
This is
You must
not
have done it on a
happening.
hot day. No way,
Yeah.
I would never do roofing, man.
Yeah, it was Arizona. It was in like July.
Oh no, man.
We were doing a fucking hot tar roof, and I was like, yeah,
No way, man.
this isn't my thing. I need to go find an office job. I'm never making money with my arms. I got to figure out how to make money with my brain. Um, so I got a sales job, and I've been in sales, you know, the whole time. But that's what kind of landed me into insurance.
Yeah,
And I have a bunch of kids, and so it was easy. It's steady, it's reliable. Um, so I kind of just fell into it that way. But
I,
even that industry has completely changed now because I wouldn't be able to go down the same path or send one of my kids down the same path as me. Because like I didn't even graduate high school.
and you got into that job,
Right. So and nowadays you can't. If
and
I think even the uh I owned an Allstate agency for a long time. And I think now, even to apply to become an Allstate agent, I think you have to have a minimum of a bachelor's degree now,
yeah, which is
which is
uh,
retarded.
yeah, I know. It's like to get into details. Some people actually, one of my buddies told me this while I was at work. He told me one of these days you can actually. My buddy makes $100,000 a year because he lied on his resume. He literally lied on his resume. and he got the job he wanted. Now, henceforth, he said he had a temper, so he got fired from the job. But what they do is they give us this package that gives him like 15,000 for getting fired, and I'm like, dude. And then he got the same another job with the same output, and he didn't get fired. He's actually still working on that job. But it makes me laugh that like people can do that to the system, and just change your whole resume, change it all up,
Yeah, I
and
mean, hey, Elizabeth Warren became a fucking Indian to get free college, so
yeah.
you can definitely manipulate the system by just checking the boxes that they want you to have checked.
Exactly. Like I'm not. It's almost like a detail, but like this, like the world we're going to. That's why I just want to be the last cause of like the positive outcome. That's why I do music. Music is like fun to me, and I like to do it. And
Yep.
it's just like the simple answers is like it's fun to me, but the journey of doing it and working on it requires communication, a lot of brains, a lot of math, a lot of stuff.
A lot of
Now I'm not going to go.
organization.
Yeah, a lot of organization,
Yeah.
believe me. And but I'm not going to go to a classroom and teach kids how to audio engineer unless they have strengths to do it. That's
Right.
my ideology. Is if a kid like wants to be an astronaut, then teach them what an astronaut knows. And I'm not talking about the math, the crazy stuff, which is another thing. I'm talking about go to an astronaut, a very like an astronaut in general. Talk to him. He will teach you everything he does in his day to day life before he launches that rocket into space and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, what does he do? What is it? What does he do? What does he have to eat? Even the food, like what astronaut food. Explain what that tastes like. Let the kid taste it. What is it? Maybe he won't like the job because of the taste of the food. That's how it is. The detail by detail things. If you
Yep.
don't like it, you don't have to do it.
Well, that's
But
why
here's the
America doesn't have like internships or apprenticeships, that type of situation anymore. And that's where people were really able to like try out the field and, decide if it was even going to be a good fit for them. Now we just say, "No, you're 14 years old. You need to decide right now what you're going to do for the rest of your life." And you don't even know who the fuck you are. You,
yeah.
what you're gonna like next week is gonna be completely different. It doesn't make any sense to me. All right, so that was quite a tangent. Let's finish the rest of this song because this is my favorite one so far, and we cut it off halfway.
And I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Cause watch me now. Watch me now. Watch, watch. Watch me now. Yeah. Watch me now. No. Cause I'm surviving. Yeah. Watch me now.
Watch me now. I like that. I like that one. That one might actually make my skateboard playlist.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I don't beg for playlists, but hey, I appreciate it because I see the notifications on my link tree, and
It's hard to get on the skateboard playlist because I just listen to like aggressive gangster rap and shit when I skateboard. Um,
oh
mainly.
well, hey, I mean,
Mainly, but that's a vibe. That gets you in a whole
yeah, it
that
gives
gets
you a
you in a
workout, like a
it's a
workout vibe, like getting
yeah,
the
it's a
gym.
flow state. It's got the flow state to it. You're like, okay, I can get with that. I can get with
Uh,
that.
and I'll be honest. Like in my real life, like I listen to that song when I go to like a boxing gym, and I sometimes I just listen to some songs. I listen to that because it's in my playlist, and it gets me going. I just spar people and then box in the bag, speed bag it.
That's dope. Yeah, that's my favorite one so far. And you said this is more of the music. You kind of I guess you would say it was rap in the beginning.
Yeah, it had a very flow set. Remember, I don't want to like even in the bar, like I have to take my time. Don't sound like another artist. Take my time. I want to still have a good flow, still have a good cadence, but I still want to sound like Melodic, and I want to sound like you know.
Well, that's why it kind of gave me Kanye-esque type vibes in the beginning, because that's one thing very unique to Kanye is he doesn't sound like anybody else, even when he does the same stuff everybody else does. He still sounds like him. So that's what kind of gave me that vibe about the song in the beginning, is you were doing your own thing, slightly off kilter from what everybody else is doing, but where you still get the same type of feel.
Vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The
Exactly.
package is here.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
So that was dope. So, what is your personal, maybe nobody else likes the song, maybe it's got the least views, but it's your personal favorite song. What song is that one?
I don't want to be I don't want to be biased, but my most favorite song, and I have to go to the oh, okay. I know. It's Monsters. So it's my
Monsters?
yeah, Monsters. It's with two other artists, and these are the artists in my rap fame group called Vandal Mob. And the process of like doing the work of them sending the verse in, and it was just awesome. The patience was amazing. Actually, I have two favorites, but you know, if it was my most favorite, because I want to put two favorites, it would be Monsters and Break My Mind, featuring Jay and also featuring Mastermind and Japanda. So one song is featuring two artists, the other song is featuring one artist.
All right, let's
These
see.
it's
Oh,
the whole journey of a
Monsters. Oh, you even got a video for that one.
yeah, that one I think it's just a cover art video. I don't think it's like a video.
Oh yeah, it is just a cover art video.
Yeah, it's just a cover art video. I think TuneCore had a weird dilemma going on when they put the release and the video.
Okay. So we'll get into this one. This will be maybe the last one that we do. We'll see. We'll see. Do you have a time schedule? You got a time crunch or
Let's do the time crunch since you're in eight. I mean, you're in the same state. Let's do the time crunch at. Might as well do it at 4. If it's gonna be the last one, you know, if you got
yeah.
stuff to do, we'll do it
Yeah,
at 4,
we
and then
won't
we'll
go
talk about it. I want to talk about like maybe making shorts or, you know, reels so you can like give a good promotion. And I'm gonna promote that. I'm gonna, I'm gonna help you out.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want to spread the word of the interview for sure.
yeah,
You can either do it to the live. The lives I don't keep up on YouTube just because I'm worried about them going back through them and banning my channel for some random stupid shit that I say. Um,
Oh, dude,
so, so
make sure, dude, don't worry. I'll share if I share it out, dude. You
so
won't get banned. I'll go crazy on the masses, fucking Mark Zuckerberg and all them.
yeah, so I unlist the lives from YouTube. All my lives are still up on Rumble, but then I'll take the video and edit it down this weekend, and then I'll put it up next week as an actual, video without the technical support shit in the beginning and
Yeah,
all of that stuff.
awesome, dude. I'll send you my email and or like maybe like a company phone number I go by. If you send the video there, I'll work on making the shorts, the reels, and stuff like that, so I can like promote it and also put like maybe if you have like some sort of link tree, I could post that somewhere. Where
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I have a link tree for sure.
awesome.
I use link.space.
I use feature.fm.
Yeah, I use well because I stream through Streamlabs desktop, and they're hooked up with this Linktree type business, so I just use theirs.
It's just cool. It's just one link, and then you can get a whole list of where he's
Yeah,
at.
so it's got your YouTube and your Facebook and your Instagram and your donation link and all that stuff all in one slot. All right, so let's get into this last song. If anybody else on the live has any questions for the artist, feel free to tap into the chat. I don't know why you guys are all shy today. Um, but if you got any questions you want to ask the guy, let me know. But this is his personal favorite. It's with a couple of buddies of his from his
Vandal Mob. They're a group on
Vandale
rap.
Mob.
Yeah, Vanda.
That's the crew. Okay.
Yeah, that's the crew. Those are the boys.
All right. So him and the boys. Let's see what they got here.
I did the hook and I also did the verse.
Okay.
Vandal, come through talking shit, but you don't even hold a candle, bitch. Inspired by Mercury, smiling down. I don't think you're ever gonna make the list. Take your shot, but I never miss. 10 paces like walking bases. See my face and you don't exist. Don't wanna listen to your ignorance. We the best in the business. This, but I don't care how you feeling. All about keeping my chin held high. Tell you where you can stuff those millions. When you see me walking by, think it's best you hold your lips. I become a living god. You become a salty snitch. When you talk about the mob, bro, it's best to recognize I'm a different kind of guy. Probably should apologize. Sorry, ain't doing shit for me. I live the game in infamy. I flip the script, I flip the team. Your vision's blurred like lucid dreams. You tripping out like LSD. You figured out that we the team, not the ones that you could beat. The mafia that runs the scene. Time and time again, I seem to take the path of violence. Crying about my team, how about you play this little violin? I don't really care about a man without a heart. Acting like the mob ain't run this motherfucker from the start. We the bullies on the block, we the lightning in the dark. You can't forget the name, you know exactly who we are.
Okay, I like the breakdown right there.
The fuse box, I got game like a blizzard. Yo, Ubisoft, I'm abusing lots of psychedelics that I've been selling to the crew and puke slop after consuming shroom tops that I've been chewing. I've been too enthralled with the new crops that I water with dewdrops that producing oxygen like blue carbon. Cue the cough that now I'm feeling like call it exhausting fumes into rooms that grew. Pockets of gas that exploded like balloons. Got you jumping out to get new songs. I find myself wanting to cool off much too often. Chewing mess that's like Michael Dukakis, my huge cock.
I hate to pause in the middle of his verse there, but his flow reminds me of an artist, but I'm so bad with names, I can't remember the name. It's almost a little bit, he almost sounds a little bit Tech 9 when Tech 9 slows down.
The second verse or the first verse?
Second verse.
Second verse, yeah. Japanda, I want to tell you this. Japanda is and the reason why, and I was lucky to have him in the Bando Mob at the time. He was very unique with his flow, and that's why Mastermind and Japanda were just like a perfect duo. They just submitted their verse, and he had this voice like that really had this it really had this machine gun craziness with it.
Yeah, that's why I get the Tech vibe from it. Because
and when he raps fast, it sounds better. I mean, it sounds better. And I really respect Mastermind, and Mastermind is like really good at what he does. But he could have, in my opinion, he had that action-packed vocal. That's why we kind of kept it. He had the very good introduction, like Vanda, dun 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 dun, and then
Yeah, the first verse he was on like the S rhyme scheme at the beginning there.
Violin, something like that. I was like, I'll keep it because it's a very good introduction. The way the beat was even placed in.
Yeah.
He kind of outmatched it, and then we wanted Japanda, and this is what's cool about this, like I do with this stuff with beats with the transitions. It goes dit 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 and go, and then
no, I like that breakdown because you did the first verse, you had the the chorus or the melody or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then it like just dropped off, and it was like, okay, get ready, and then he goes ham, and he's fast, so it was.
We all just had fun with it. Like he had his verse, his whole style. Japanda had his verse, his whole style, and then I'm the last verse, and then they said, two guys killed it, me and Japanda. Like we killed it with the way we did things. And I'm like, oh man, Mastermind, no, he started it all. I don't feel too bad.
No, I like the first verse. First verse. But,
I'm glad you say it because now Mastermind, he doesn't have to be so mad about streamers not liking his verse that much. Now, look, he heard it himself.
Well, I think what happens when you have multiple people on a track is you got to pick a favorite and then a second. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then when there's a third person, he just kind of falls to the wayside. Um,
yeah.
so I don't know if I like the first more than the second yet. We'll have to finish the second. Um, but yeah, let me back. Japanda is his name.
Yeah, Japanda.
Let me back Japanda up again. Let's get back into his.
To rooms that grew,
Japan
pockets of
and a
gas that
panda.
exploded like balloons. Blah. Got you jumping out to get new socks. I find myself wanting to cool off much too often. Chewing mess that's like Michael Dukakis. My huge carcass is getting in the way of me smoothly walking. All of this hoopla going on, it's got me confused like a motley crew mosh pit.
He rhymed Michael Dukakis with my caucus. That was good.
This hoopla going on, it's got me confused like a motley crew mosh pit. Hard for me to be calm and shit when all that is commoners be squawking. It's practically unconscious, just the way that I'm squashing bitches way too often. I'm completely conquering all that is water. He's calling it quits. Talking about walking off the job before I drop a diss. All because you're too caustic with my spit. I ain't tripping about no consequences. I'm on it like I ain't got no motherfucking off switch. It must have been awkward. Constantly applauding my shit tighter than drawstrings. The tracks you donkeys dropping floppy like Nicki Minaj's bazaars while jogging.
Wait, what did he say?
The tracks you donkeys dropping floppy like Nicki Minaj's bazaars while jogging.
What did he
Must have
say?
been
Again?
awkward. Constantly applauding my shit tighter than
What
drawstrings. The
part?
tracks you donkeys
I
dropping
can't
floppy
hear.
like Nicki Minaj's bazaars while jogging.
Which part?
It's it's last sentence of his verse. It says Pachaki? What is that?
The tracks you donkeys dropping floppy like Nicki Minaj's bazaars while jogging.
Honestly, I don't know. I might have to
Like chalk?
listen to it to see which part, but
It's at 2 minutes 34 seconds.
2 minutes 34 seconds. All right, hold on. It's research time.
Big floppy like Nicki Minaj's bazaars while jogging.
Stand by, real quick. Stand by.
Yeah, I can't pick up that last sentence.
All right, let me.
A lot of times when I listen to faster flows, like I can hear it all and register it, but I don't have the brain capacity to spit it back out of my mouth.
It happens. That happens. All right, let me go to videos, monsters. 2 minutes and 30.
Yeah, 2:30. That's the end of his verse. It sounds like it's the last sentence.
All right, let me just go a little before. So see. I think he was like, Chris Hop, don't walk in off the job before I drop a diss.
Yep.
Speaking of, hold on.
Must have been awkward. Constantly applauding my shit tighter than drawstrings. The tracks you donkeys dropping floppy like Nicki Minaj's bazaars.
Yeah, so it says my shit's tighter than drawstrings, and then I can't understand the rest of it.
You know what? If he told me, I would have told you. Because how it really worked is when he sent the verse in, the producer mixed and mastered it,
Mhm.
and that it was just a pretty much fun because we were out of state while this was happening. We weren't like in the same booth. I'll tell you this, and I kept saying this about this track. If we were all in the same booth, the song would have sounded 10 times better. The song, that's why it's been a while. But
It's
with my
definitely-
verse,
Yeah, it's definitely harder to put something together when you're doing it remotely.
yeah. Can you take the commute? Nope.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's finish this
Shit
up.
tighter than drawstrings. The tracks you donkeys dropping floppy like Nicki Minaj's bazaars while jogging.
Yeah, you know who it is. Grant. Do it like this. Do it like this. Yeah. top. I'm bringing the holy mob. Call me the weakest link. Show me the strongest ties. Who's on the top? Who made the moves? Pick of the weeks. 5 months on the dot. Squid games on my way. You know who? Ties up. Yeah, this my game time. My prime. I'm electro in the lights. Bitch, I shine bright all night. Side to side. Cause music is my life. Make me feel alive. Never wasting time. Giving white light. Oh, grand, too basic, too bad. You sound mainstream. A couple people need to know that I gotta pop off. But
Okay.
you're too late. Should've been here since the beginning. When I pop off, bitch, please. I'm still here, all human with a mask, like struggling. Oh. Yeah, climbing on the top, yeah. Oh, yeah. Never gonna stop, never gonna stop. Oh, yeah. Never gonna stop, never gonna stop. Monster.
Let's go. That's fire. That's fire.
No laws, no nothing could hold us down. We are the
One thing I like that you did with your verse, or that you do with all your music that I've heard so far, is it's very easy for you to switch your tone, like even mid-sentence.
Yeah. There it is. I didn't want to be predictable. All the
Yeah,
two verses
you'll
were.
start a
Yeah.
verse with a certain tone, and then it's cool how you do that. It's cool how you do that, especially when you incorporate the rap into that aspect as well. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. How you move? I'm moving the top, you're making my holy mob. Call me the weakest link, show me the strongest charts. Who's on the top? Who made the move? Pick of the week, 5 months on the dot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
And there's some rap fame bars, and also Squid Game. I said Squid Game on the way. That's a kind of, there is a song in rap fame. It's also, I think, no, it's only in rap fame. It actually got me pretty popular in rap fame. It has like 30,000 listens, and it's called Squid Game. I made a song for Squid Game, and shit's a banger. Even Dexodus likes it, and there's an artist named Dexodus that, shout out to him. He's a goat. He's making this interview, not an interview, like a review show called Weatherman Entertainment. He's just starting it up,
Okay.
and shout out to him. And that's just that's pretty much it. Like, and yeah, I do that because, and features and collaborations in general, I want to be like, there's a predictable standpoint. There's the spiritual lyrical, and then there's like a whole thing going on in the third verse. That's why I wanted to be very unpredictable. That's just my style, very unpredictable.
No, that's dope. That's dope. That's what I like about it, because with a lot of music, even with the beats, you're like, oh, it's doing this, it's about to do this. And a couple times with your songs, I felt myself going, okay, it's leading here, and then it would just divert, and it would.
Yeah, there's like, this freeway has 4 exits in one freeway.
Exactly. It would go where you weren't expecting it. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, I didn't plan any questions to ask you specifically, but let's go with, if there was one thing in particular that you want your fans to know about your charted path for yourself going forward, what would it be?
That question is a hard question. So basically, you want me to tell my fans how? I don't know. Could you like repeat the question?
Yeah. So basically, what if you had, like, let's go back to the freeway example. Let's put all your fans on the freeway. Where's the exit? Where are we headed to? It kind of reverts back to the earlier question, like, are you looking to do shows? Are you looking to travel? What's the plan?
The plan is to pretty much do shows, do traveling, but the most of all, I want to have a following that is really big, to the point where my goal standpoint is to have a very huge event show, like pack shows, tickets, and all that stuff, and just to like sing an album,
Yep.
for them or something like that. But the realization is, I want my fans to go through a journey with my music and with my personal life and also with the Grand Melodic life. But I
Yep.
want them to go through it like in my pace, I would say, because it does take a while for me to post new content. But every time I post, I even quoted this in like the In My Throne song. Like if I post one day, I'll probably be gone for 1 month. You
Gotcha.
know,
Well, now do you plan, because obviously you're independent right now, working with your
and
boys.
working with the boys.
Do you like, are you dead set on staying independent your whole career? Are you
No.
open to signing with a record label later? Do you have any insight into that plan?
So I'm working on having a legal department behind me for any signatures and signing with labels, record labels, because a lot of this stuff could be scams that
Yep.
they send you letters and stuff like that. So that's why I'm working on getting a legal department to back me for any sort of contract services they need, show openings they need, or any sort of thing like that. Um, this is just the most factor. That's why I have booking agents for collaborations. Is because I want to have not only just a music artist, but I want a whole entire company that is very standstill to what they believe. That they have the same vision. They have the vision to help artists, other artists out there. Because I helped a lot of artists when I was doing Break My Mind with a artist named Jay. I showed him the whole path of like what it's like to really live into this sector and have a good start as an artist because he didn't
Yep.
know about like distribution. He didn't know about how to promote it. What does the analytics mean? What does all this mean? And I taught him that face to face conversation on the phone. And I taught him how it like really works in general. And when we did that feature and Break My Mind, he appreciated the whole journey. I told him about it. He was talking to one of my booking agents actually that actually has the company phone number. Forgot the name of that person, but I would only say that he did a good job, and I kind of commended him for making a proper thing. Now with features and collaborations, I'm gonna open this to like the public. Um, I go for publicly. I go for an offer that they go by for what they go by. So the company will tell them what they are gonna get with this collaboration.
Right.
They're gonna get distribution, promotion, all this. They're gonna get this whole wide variety of what Grandma like. We're gonna have a brainstorming, a troubleshooting session. We're
Yep.
gonna have everything to make the song very, 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 very good, including the beat. And when it comes to financial stuff, we go by, you make me an offer of what you want, how fast you want this done, how fast the date you want this done. The faster it is, the more expensive it is because there's
Right.
paperwork, there's signature, and stuff like that. The slower it is, we can take our time with it. It'll be cheaper. And
Gotcha.
but what likely of a retail price to collab with Grand Melodic and to get it done in a good pace, I would say like a week pace. Like let's say it was Monday and you wanted it done by Friday. I
Hmm.
guess the best price would be $600, and
Okay.
that's just the retail price. That is the cheapest I can get it. That can afford the paperwork, the promotional services, the cover art worksheet. I did all the entire math with 600 because we also invest more money. So we invest 50% of that 600. So if it was 600 you pay, we're actually spending 1200 to get the song out.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because graphics box, custom cover arts, they want this, they want the. And now let's say if they want like music videos or anything, then that's up to contract. This is where the contracting comes in. This is the upsales and stuff like that. And this is when it's like big budgets. I'm talking we're gonna put a big budget into it. Now we're gonna give him what colleges do. We give them the loan. we give
Right.
them the we give them the debt of the loan, the accumulation that they have to make up from that release and stuff like that. But we're gonna put all our money and we're gonna like pretty much pitch in. So our company pitches into a lot of artists. We help a lot of artists. So we help them not only with the financial status, but we help them teaching them.
So
You
it
know,
almost sounds like on top of building your career, you're also building
other careers.
almost an artist management slash production company.
Almost, yeah, almost, because it's learning how collaborations work, and if you read a book on it, it's a lot to do with money, and it's a lot to do with like communication. And but with money standpoint, we don't care about like the money. We only care about like making a really good song. But we have to use the money to make the paperwork because this proves that you were there. This is your voice. This is
Yep.
you singing. I mean, you can't pull up in a song and say, "Well, this is Graham Melodic," when Graham Melodic wasn't even on the song. There's no
Right.
signature. There's no document. There's nothing. It's just a song that could have been taking my voice with AI.
Yeah.
You know.
That's actually good. That's a scary thing for artists and people. The whole AI thing in the future,
Yeah.
because they are going to be able to literally steal your voice and have AI write, a
Use it against
verse.
you.
Yeah, AI is going to collab with them, and they'll stick your name on it. I think that's going to be a bigger issue for
That's going
the
to be a law departments and stuff. Major things just a
it,
part of it.
yeah, it's going to be an issue, especially for like the I don't want to diss SoundCloud rappers, but like the really small independent people that will do anything to be noticed.
Yeah.
Um, that's the crowd that's going to gravitate towards jacking people via AI, so they can put out a collab with 50 Cent or something. Um,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's really easy. It's getting pretty scary.
yep,
It's just the scariest thing about it is when I'm building a legal department and I have a song, TuneCore goes nuts when I have a song out and it's not under their distribution platform and it's not under anything. They go nuts because it's out on all platforms and my name's being used for something they didn't even sign up for and I didn't even pursue to them. I didn't even communicate with them. They start
right,
asking me questions and I tell them, well, this isn't me. Oh, so it sounds like you. And then that leads to a debacle. What they should do is on AI, they should have a Cotton ID that states that this voice isn't Graham Melodic or something like that, and it should be like registered in. So before you make the song, and I'm working on this too because of this AI thing, is Cotton ID is going to help out. Which when you sing in a song, it's going to register you in. So then your song isn't used for AI material unless it's permission for you. So you could get paid for them using your voice.
right. That's the whole thing.
That's how it should work. And if there's a market in AI, that's the new market. You want Drake's voice, you pay for it. You want Juice WRLD's voice, you pay for it.
Yeah, the problem
Okay.
with the music industry is like regulation and that type of stuff on it is so lagging. Like I think it took the Trump administration to finally get artists paid on like
Yeah.
Spotify and shit.
Oh yeah, I remember those days. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because they held back my a sum of money that was supposed to be given to me from Spotify, and I sent them back the letter from the email. And the email actually, the letter went to my mail, so it actually went to my zip code and all that stuff. So I signed it back. I returned the letter, and my money was given back. It was direct deposited, and
Well, you're in the industry. I just on the side kind of heard about what Trump I don't did he put it through a regulation or what did Trump actually do to change how you guys get paid?
now, in general, it was just an investigation. So he put an investigation towards the music platforms and to see how did the money work? Like, how did it recoup it in, and how did the views get calculated? And they had to
Right,
go back to they had to. So basically, now everything that has a platform now has to get QC'd or QA'd for before the money even gets sent out. And the math has to make sense, and the math doesn't math. So it had to be quality controlled and quality assured to for it to work out. Now payments are legitimate in Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music. That's why people go Apple Music and iTunes to get paid more.
right,
And in Spotify in general, it's not really their fault. They go by a software that does it automatically for them, and it just gets sent out by the month due date, pay
right.
period, and analytical data. So it's not really their fault. It's just a software issue. Everything is a software issue. No one's really trying to take your money from you. It's literally a computer that's just doing stupid things. It's
Right.
not the first time.
But yeah, that's what's scary about the whole AI thing. I think that's has a lot to do with the writer's strike as well, right? Aren't they worried about AI taking their jobs?
Well, yeah. I mean, even my job. I mean, in general, AI might take a lot of jobs, but here's the thing: they're blowing this thing out of proportion. They already did an educated guess on what would happen, but AI isn't as smart really now. It's going to take a long time for it to get to that level of Terminator salvation,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
you know,
For sure.
it's not gonna really go crazy because it was already proven that AI doesn't respond things well. It's almost like Siri, but a little bit upgraded where it can actually hold a conversation. Actually, this person made a game that has real AI generated data in it, where it was like you're a detective and you're asking other people questions, and the
Hmm.
AI couldn't hold the conversation. Sometimes it just acts kind of like it just pauses and freezes because it doesn't understand your question, even if the question's out of proportion or crazy.
Yeah,
The point is
because it's not actually thinking. It's got programmed responses to questions. It's not actually on the
well,
spot
that,
determining.
that's true. Well, AI, and I studied a bit of this. It does a think of simulated thinking. It's like simulating what a brain would do to respond to someone's question. Like what we're doing is we're talking to each other,
Right.
and I'm responding to your question. You're asking me a question. I respond to it. What AI does is it researches millions of possibilities before you even talk to it, and then it does it in a million billion times over and over and over again until it can hold an exact conversation. Like, how was the weather today? Oh, the weather was nice. Da, 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 da. And it does this. It's pretty much has schizophrenia for like four. It's like 4 hours as it's talking. It's pretty impressive. As it's talking to you, it's talking to itself and it's talking to you in the same time. That's pretty much how the AI generation like works. Now with taking voices, it just withholds things and it copies things. It's really good at doing that. It can do work. It can do biography letters. It can do lawyer sheets. It can do a lot of
Have you
things that.
ever heard? Is there any artists that are having AI write their music? Do you know of any songs that are put out that are AI generated type songs, or have you ever used or looked into that? Or how do you go
So
about?
I,
What's your writing process? How do you go about that?
so I write my music, and I do write my music. No, I don't need a machine to do that. I write it with pen and paper first, a rough draft of what I need with the song. And then I actually made there's actually a studied report that if you use pen and paper, you can actually process your lyrics more better or like words more better. So that's
And
why I
do
use
do you already have the beat in mind, or do you start with the words?
the beat in mind, and then I make the beat. I make the beat first, and then I make the song. That's how
Okay.
I kind of do the process. But how I think of a beat is I do a thing called kick workouting, where it's
Okay.
like it does beats per measure, and I put my palm out and I just go, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, and then I think of the hi hat,
Yep.
and then I plug it all in, and then I go to my computer and then see what I could do, and then I
But you
make
kind of
a
you come
beat.
up with a vibe first, and then you write to
Pretty
that
much,
vibe.
yeah, pretty much a premise, story, vibe. Just that, yeah, and that general, yeah, you're right. I come up with a huge vibe, and then I start writing and stuff like that. And I write myself. I wrote pen and paper, and then I get the phone, and then I final draft it on the phone. I type it all on my phone, and then I go to the booth and I sing while holding the phone.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And
Now, I know we're running past your cutoff time, but
don't worry about
what are
it.
the who? Because some people I talk to that make music don't listen to a lot of music because they don't want to be corrupted. You know what I mean? Like they don't
Yeah,
want to think that they're stealing something from somebody, so they just kind of avoid
that's
music.
actually, yeah, that's one of the bars. I says, just take your time. I listen to the greats. They told other people that want to be artists, take your time to become that artist. Take your
Yep.
long time as you can. Um, and in like general, um, you gotta just gotta figure out what is your style. Now you could copy a style or you can get inspiration from the style. There's two different
Right.
things. So
Well,
I
that
got
was
in
kind of
for
my question for you is are you Now you've made it clear that you want to be your own person and do your own vibe, but who, other than the guy that you said in the beginning, um, is there any like current artist or current independent artist that you listen to that you draw inspiration from or anything?
MF Doom.
That he's the guy. Okay.
He's the guy. It's probably MF Doom. I was just a big fan of MF Doom. He has a good vibe about him, and his music is awesome.
All right, MF Doom. I'm gonna have to keep him in mind. I don't think I have any of him on the channel at all.
He's very old school. I mean, out of my style, it's totally different from MF Doom. So it's just I kind of like relate to him and his lyrics. Plus another thing is he's the only artist that wore a mask that just didn't give a shit about other people talking about him wearing a mask.
Yep.
And his mask was customly made. My mask is customly made, so it's all cool.
Now, do you always have the same mask? Because I think you sent me one photo. You had like a white one.
That was a pre-registered. So actually, if I show you, there's a mask right there hanging on the wall. There's
Yep.
4 masks hanging on the wall here. It's like
Okay.
a bat cave in here. It's like a bat cave. And I need to paint the walls, but it's like a bat cave in here where there's like other masks in here. I tried like almost like redoing my look multiple times, but I kind of like this look because it has a meaning. It's like my childhood.
Yep.
Halo, Call of Duty. Also the.
Are you still a gamer?
Oh hell yeah! I'm a gamer all day. No, I mean I don't get on like I used to, but Halo was the shit to me, and also I got into some For Honor, the medieval fighting game that I don't know. I just got into some doing some stuff like that, just swinging the sword and killing people. It makes me. It's not me being weird, but something about me swinging a sword and killing people is something. it's it's something cool.
It's what's that game that I used to play? I'm so bad with names. My brain does not function with names.
Dark Souls.
No, it's a very popular game. They've made a bunch of different versions. Like sometimes you're, you know, back in the old school. Sometimes you're back in the Indian times. It's a time traveling guy, and the game like you can like stab like 9 people, and it does like all different kinds of cool. What the fuck is it?
Cyberpunk.
No, what's the name of it? It's a very popular game. It's called fuck, what
Blade
is the
Runner?
name of the game? No, it's
Legends of Zelda. No, I'm just kidding.
that's a fire game though. That's a
That
fire
is a
game.
fire. That is a fire game.
It's
I
called,
played Legends of Zelda. I played StarCraft. Um, Pac-Man was like
he
one of my
wears a mask in the game too. He's a hooded guy.
Assassin's Creed.
There you go.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Oh, which one's your favorite? I'm playing a new one, Mirage.
Well, I haven't played in a long time, but that's that game I got into. I think me and my oldest son, we played the shit out of that, and then I was super into GTA 5 for a while.
So you like the open world games? You like the cool ass
Yes.
open world game? Yeah, same here, man. Like For Honor is almost open world, but it's like map to map. And yeah, that's why I like it.
My youngest son keeps telling me because I'm doing the streaming thing. He's like, "You need to stream games. You'll get a lot
Bro,
of
do it.
you'll get a lot of views. You get a lot of." And I haven't played games in so long.
Hey, I know you're interviewing me, but in general, dude, hey, opportunity, man. Just give it a shot. Play a famous game out there, like the most popular game that they know. I mean, don't play the battle royale games; you'll lose your shit. But I'm sorry, like,
Yeah.
play like,
I
play.
need to build up some skills first before we get into the
Yeah, we're not.
battle royale.
Don't try hard. Just what people really like? Let's players. I mean, that's a good one. Like let's players. The let's players genre, those are popular. Like play some GT. The GTA RP servers. That's a good trending topic. Like you can pretend you're
Okay.
a cop or or
I
police
thought about
officer.
it. It's such a time-consuming thing to stream to because it's not like, you got to put in hours. You got to
Oh
put
yeah,
in you got to put
oh
in
yeah.
you got to put in time. And I just don't have the
That's why I'm
time.
doing music. I could do all that without a camera in my face.
Yep. Yep.
I could do all that and I'm not sitting down. I'm moving around. I'm on the phone a lot. So
Oh,
you
I didn't
know,
even ask. How old are you?
I am actually officially, and I'm gonna share my age in the live because I actually never actually did this, but I am 21 years old.
Oh, you're 21. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you're
I'm kind of a baby in the industry, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a young guy for sure. That means you got a lot of growth, a lot of potential, a lot in front of you. So,
Yeah, that's what my buddy told me. He told me you have the age of a 21-year-old, the mind of a 50, and and,
yeah.
uh, and the strength of a 10-year-old. so, so I was like, it was one of those quotes that you couldn't even tell if it was a compliment or an insult. So I just got confused.
I think it's both. It's both. It's definitely it's a compliment and a suggestion to hit the
I
gym.
was in the gym too. I was boxing in the ring and stuff, and I'm like, nah, man, got nothing. Got to work on
That's why
footwork. I'm
everybody
like,
bags on me because I don't work out. I got tiny arms, and they're like, you need to bulk up, and I'm like, yeah, but that
doesn't
requires
that mean like eat more?
effort, and the working out is not. I skateboard still, so that's my exercise.
I would just give it a shot. I mean, some of these days, make an investment. Like get a treadmill or something. Just start running. Do a lap on that every day. Just one lap. Just run one lap and just yeah, all right. I'm done for the day. Yeah, cool.
No,
And
I
you feel
can't.
good after it.
I can't do it. I've never been able to get into lifting weights or working out, or I can't. I don't know. It's against
It's like
my
a
nature.
motivation. Is it like a motivation thing or something? Like, what do you think?
No, it's like it's a waste of time to me, is what it seems like. Because
It is.
you don't enjoy it. Um, I mean there is benefit from it, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, but if I'm gonna get exercise or get sweaty, I want to have fun. So, like, I'd rather ride a mountain bike or go rock climbing or go
Oh shit.
skateboarding
Well, that's pretty specific. I mean, yeah.
or
I mean,
or
you
do
should do
something
that.
that is entertaining to me. I've just never been able to, like, I don't know. To me, it's like dumb down and just go lift some
I
weights.
think I think the real reason this might make you laugh, but outside it's almost hitting 90. I mean, we're on our 80s, but
Yeah,
ain't nobody working out. Like I drive and it's like it gets so bad when you're sweating while driving. Like
facts, facts.
yeah, like it's terrible out there. Even with
Yeah,
this, I mean, customly making a costume like this in Arizona is ridiculous, but I like it. I'll risk it. If I was in show, imagine this: I had to open for someone, and I was in Arizona, and it was July,
yeah,
and
that's what I
I'm
mean. Like, if you're gonna do an outside show, you're gonna need to, I don't know,
uh,
wear a
get
wind
one of those.
absorbent shirt underneath or something.
Yeah, I'll probably just. I have an idea, and this is like the good old fashioned Apache Junction vibe, where where you get a shirt, you put it in like cold water,
Yep,
you wear that shirt, and then you just zip up and do your show. And then
yep.
by the time you're done with it, it's warm. It's like icy hot.
Mexican air conditioning, I think is what they call that.
Yeah, Mexican Oregon. Well, yeah, my buddies call it Apache Junction. The Apache Junction shirt. Yeah.
Is it?
Also, this was first prod, like a first. I did not want to wear this. It reminded me of Plague Doctor, but it was like a white version of it. It was customly made, but I did not want to wear this. I did not want to wear this. This is not my idea. This is the final product. That's bullshit. I'm gonna throw that away soon.
Well, that's dope, man. I'm glad that you came onto the stream and gave me the interview. What do you got coming up in the near future? Everybody should know about. Where should they go to find your stuff? Where's the best place?
I'm on all platforms. So that's the easy part. Look up the name, Melodic.
Melodic.
Grand Melodic, and literally subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'm telling you, I got big things coming with, and I'm gonna tease this, with a big artist. It's with one big artist, and you're not gonna miss this.
Nice,
You won't.
nice. All right,
Yeah,
you
you
guys
will.
heard it here. You guys heard it here. Follow Grand Melodic. He's got big things up and coming with a big artist. I appreciate everybody who tapped into this. We'll put all links in the descriptions. Grand Melodic's going to send me his links. I'll put those in the description as well when we repost as a video.
I'm gonna give that to you on
And
Instagram.
and if you're another independent artist who's watching this, hit me up on Instagram. You could have the next interview. It could be you. It could be you. All right, brother. Well, it was nice to meet you, and I look forward to what you're gonna put out in the future. We'll
Hey,
keep an eye on it.
nice, bro. Thank you, and I really appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone that was watching. This is Grand Melodic, man, signing off.
All right, man. Later on. Take care.
Later.
All right, folks. There it is. There it is. Grand Melodic was in the building. Interview went much longer than I thought it was, so that's a good thing. That means it wasn't boring. Um, and the artist didn't want to bail immediately, but that was dope. I'm gonna get out of here. That's gonna call it for the day. But we stream Monday through Friday, 2 o'clock. We'll be back on Monday. I don't know what we're doing on Monday yet. Hit me up on Instagram or something. Let me know what we should do. Let me know what we should do. I appreciate it. Later. Bye.